We've only been doing this for almost 9 hours. Well, I've been up for 10 hours now.
Yeah, I've been up for 10 hours as well, but yeah, streaming for the 9. Uh,
They're asking Dan, how are you feeling today?
oh, I
I'm
don't know,
feeling,
give a fuck.
I feel like I got wings right now. I got at least 8 wings, because, if you get wings, 2 wings from each Red Bull, I got 8 wings.
Spider, some, I don't know, flying? No, I don't know where I'm going with that.
I actually thought Navi was gonna win last game with the comeback midway through, and
Yeah,
I was like, oh my God, what's going on? These team fights. It's just a couple really, really bad usage of their ultimates that I thought they can pick off someone with. And when Ashe is a champion that's the furthest person up and she shoots an arrow, that means her stun duration is going to be very, very short. And by the time anyone behind her can follow up close enough to CC them, the person is going to pull enough distance that there's no meaningful follow-up. And that's exactly what happened last game. Um, Ashe threw an arrow on Graves. Graves cleansed it, backed off, and uh, the Nautilus ult went off on him as well, and it did absolutely nothing. It's just basically a 300 damage nuke onto Graves, which he right clicks back in about 1 or 2 hits. So burning those 2 major CCs on Graves allowed him to get back in the game, allowed TSM to get those big fights back and really come back and make the win.
just reading tweets from Xenon, who, again, happens to be watching, so hello, Xenon. But, yeah, at Team Solomid, you guys put on a show like no other team. I can't deny that. Cannot deny that at all. I don't think I've seen a boring TSM game ever. I can't think of one. So, let's wait and watch it. Vladimir ban again, straight away. Navi not giving that to Dyrus. By the way, worst calls NA is Dyrus. It's no Smurf, it's no second account. He just renamed after the first game.
Yeah. He threw the game so hard he was really embarrassed, and so he renamed himself. And then he manned up and he played better.
He did. But,
So let's get back into this game. Let's talk about bans and picks.
yes.
So you see Shen, Soraka, Urga. I'm not sure if they're banning that because um that's what AL is used to playing with, or is this champions that they don't like playing against? I'm not too familiar with Navi, but I'm surprised they haven't banned his Nautilus. That Nautilus has been doing work all game. He's able to go in and just pump out massive amounts of CCs, landing really, really good hooks, and positioning himself well enough to catch Chaos throughout most of the game. Like the 2 champions I would think about banning against Navi would be Gragas, Nautilus. It seems to work for them, and that's what they've been using every single game since I've seen them start this tournament. So it's interesting to see that TSM hasn't really started banning those champions yet. I guess they believe that those guys aren't a problem, and so that's why they're leaving it up.
What's Elements' Twitch username? I don't know if you know off the top of your head.
I don't know. I see CRS Elements. Could be him.
Yeah, it might legitimately be him in chat then. Because that seemed like a very accurate description of Twitch chat, but the username seemed legit. But, again, I'm getting sidetracked. There is that Nautilus again, which he said has been going and doing work the whole tournament long. And she didn't picking up Cogmore this time. And, well, just with those two, Nautilus is really good at Protect the Cogmore. So let's see
Yeah.
what kind of build Navi are looking at.
I think this is the 4th game in a row that we've casted with Kotenex playing Nautilus. So, I feel like TSM's using the bans to take the other team out of their comfort zone They're thinking, all right, we're better than this team. We can just beat them head up. Or they actually do think Shen, Soraka, and Urgot are the other team's strong point. Or on another aspect, they just don't want to play against those champions. I heard somebody mention that after M5 did their showing with that 560 CS Shen, TSM doesn't want to deal with that. But that could be a reason as well. So I'm not TSM. I don't know what they're thinking, but it's interesting to see the same bands over and over.
Same picks so far for TSM. That did work out for them quite well in the last game. They managed to turn it around. Navi go themselves and Alistair again. Alistair Cogmore in the bot lane. Possibly. It is still 30 seconds away. It's not quite settled on yet.
Yeah, Navi's really liking that alley Nautilus. It's just the CCs are really, really heavy. Once they catch somebody, it's very, very hard pressed for anyone to get away. And you get that hook from Nautilus, he pulls him closer. Alistair's going to be open for a pulverize. And then after he's pulverized, he can swing around and just push him back further into the group. So I've seen that happen a couple of times last game and the game before that. So let's see if they're going to continue doing that against TSM.
And so Nunu's new one. I like Nunu Cogmore. That's a good lane.
Nunu Kog'Maw is really, really strong just because Kog is one of those champions that you let him get to end game where he has a good amount of attack speed, a good amount of damage, a good amount of crit. He's going to absolutely demolish every single person. And really, having Nunu on the team removes a factor that he doesn't have to get as much as... so he gets to that point where he has that attack speed, that damage, that crit much, much earlier. So he gets to the point where he's just a force to be reckoned with so much easier and so much faster too.
Okay, some Graves and Olaf again for that top lane. Darius getting himself that champion, which we've only seen him play once because every other time it's been banned. But when we did see it, he did really well up against Nezerlas's Jax in the top lane. This time it's against Udyr. How does that matchup really work out? Because I haven't seen it.
Olaf versus Udyr. Olaf... I honestly think Olaf can beat Udyr if he gets a good combo on at the beginning, because the way Udyr works is he's the sustained burst type, where if you can't do a sizable amount of damage after you bust that initial turtle stance, he's going to be able to return damage with the tiger stance, and it's going to hurt you a lot. So hypothetically, if you only do 100 damage every time you go up to exchange and harass, he's going to be able to block about 80% of that damage with just his turtle stance, and then he's going to be able to return 200 damage with his tiger stance. So the thing with Olaf is he goes up, he does his true damage, he throws an axe, he's going to bust through that shield with just his true damage. Udyr is going to eat the axe. Then Olaf naturally is going to eat a tiger and or a bear, but he's going to be able to pick up the axe, throw it down, pick it up, throw it down. So through like a 2-second span, Udyr is going to land more damage, but over like a 5-second span, Olaf is going to be able to output more damage. So if he plays an exchange correctly, Olaf should be able to beat Udyr, but a little bit of slip up and is going to put him behind. And if Udyr can get to the point where he can sustain so much that after the initial true damage and axe, and he's not really phased or chipped at all, Olaf's going to have a problem.
Some old school team comps going on right here. Very safe, very standard, and as we said before, a great protect the Cogmore coming out Navi. You've got that ultimate on Nunu helping or stopping everyone from getting close to him. You've got Karthus, which with a massive slow stops everyone getting close, and even if you did want to get through the slow, you've got to run through Karthus AoE in the first place. You've got Udyr running around in the middle of it all, smacking people in the face and stunning them. Cottonex with another AoE slow himself and knocking up the enemy carry. All the while, Antigen sitting at the back, ripping lumps out of your health bar percentage by percentage. And Darius, well, so far, great pick for getting into there, getting through all that CC and shutting down Kog'Maw. We'll see whether it can actually put it off or not. But TSM, a little bit more single target, bar maybe Reginald with that massive AoE.